And did you believe in God?
Oh, yes.
Do you now believe in God?
Now? Difficult to answer. I know. I don't need to believe. I know.
Carl Gustav Jung was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who carved out a unique and profound path in the world of psychology. Born in 1875 in Kesswil, Switzerland, Jung's early life was steeped in a mixture of religious influence from his father, a pastor, and an environment filled with academic curiosity. This blend of spirituality and intellectualism would later form the foundation of his groundbreaking ideas. Jung is best known as the founder of analytical psychology, a school of thought that diverged from the work of his contemporary, Sigmund Freud. While Freud primarily focused on the unconscious as a repository of repressed desires, particularly sexual in nature, Jung believed that the unconscious was far more expansive and complex. He introduced concepts such as the collective unconscious and archetypes, which he argued were universal symbols and motifs that shape human experiences and connect individuals to shared patterns of thought across time and culture. Jung's exploration of the human psyche went beyond traditional psychology. He delved deeply into the relationship between psychology and spirituality, believing that true healing could not be achieved through rational analysis alone. "Your vision will become clear," he famously said, "only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes." This quote captures Jung's belief that self-awareness and inner exploration were key to personal growth and spiritual fulfillment. Jung's work on spirituality extended into his concept of individuation, the process of becoming whole by integrating both the conscious and unconscious aspects of oneself. He believed this journey was not only psychological, but also deeply spiritual. By understanding the archetypal symbols found in myths, dreams, and religious imagery, individuals could connect with deeper layers of their psyche, leading to a more profound sense of meaning and purpose in life. For Jung, spirituality and psychology were intertwined. He saw religious experiences as expressions of the deeper psyche and believed that modern man's disconnection from spirituality had led to widespread psychological problems. In his book, Modern Man in Search of a Soul, Jung explored how spiritual crises often manifest as psychological neuroses, a theme that continues to resonate with modern audiences. One of Carl Jung's most influential and fascinating contributions to psychology is the concept of the collective unconscious. Unlike the personal unconscious, which contains an individual's forgotten or repressed memories, Jung believed that the collective unconscious is a shared reservoir of knowledge and experiences that all humans inherit. It is a universal part of the unconscious mind, present in every person, regardless of culture, background, or personal experience. Jung described the collective unconscious as a kind of psychic inheritance. It contains traces of ancestral memories, instincts, and fundamental human experiences that shape the way we perceive the world. These unconscious elements aren't personal, they are universal, and they manifest through what Jung called archetypes. Archetypes are innate, pre-existing forms that influence human thought, behavior, and emotion. Jung identified several key archetypes, such as the hero, the shadow, the wise old man, and the mother. These archetypes emerge in myths, stories, and religious traditions across different cultures and historical periods, illustrating their universal nature. For example, the hero archetype is seen in figures as diverse as Hercules, King Arthur, and even modern characters like Luke Skywalker. Each reflects the same symbolic journey of overcoming obstacles and achieving a higher purpose. According to Jung, the collective unconscious acts as a blueprint for human experience, structuring the way we interpret life events and relate to others. It provides a shared understanding of symbols and themes that appear in dreams, art, and mythology. He wrote, "The collective unconscious contains the whole spiritual heritage of mankind's evolution, born anew in the brain structure of every individual." Jung believed that connecting with the collective unconscious is not just a psychological process, but also a spiritual one. By tapping into this deeper layer of the unconscious mind, individuals can transcend their personal limitations and access a more profound level of consciousness. In doing so, they connect with a higher spiritual reality, where the boundaries between the self and the collective, between the human and the divine, become blurred. In many ways, Jung saw the collective unconscious as the bridge between psychology and spirituality. He argued that religious experiences, symbols, and myths are expressions of this shared unconscious realm. They give individuals a sense of connection to something greater than themselves, providing meaning and context to their lives. As Jung put it, man's task is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. The collective unconscious, then, is not just a psychological concept, but a key to understanding humanity's spiritual essence. It reminds us that, despite our apparent differences, we all share a deep inner connection to one another and to the archetypal forces that guide human life. At the heart of Carl Jung's theory of the collective unconscious lies the concept of archetypes, which are universal symbols that shape human behavior, thoughts, and experiences. These archetypes are not merely abstract ideas, but fundamental forces that govern how we understand ourselves and the world around us. Jung believed that these symbols are embedded deep within the psyche and manifest in various forms, from myths and dreams to religious stories and personal experiences. In essence, they are the building blocks of the human experience. Among the most well-known archetypes are the hero, the mother, and the wise old man, each representing different aspects of human existence. The hero archetype, for instance, symbolizes the journey of personal growth and overcoming challenges, often depicted in the stories of great warriors, adventurers, or figures on a quest for a higher purpose. This archetype reflects our desire for meaning, courage, and transformation, as seen in characters from ancient mythology like Hercules to modern-day heroes such as Harry Potter. These archetypes are not limited to storytelling, however. Jung believed they are psychological realities that influence how we perceive and interact with the world. By recognizing and integrating these symbols into our conscious awareness, individuals can gain deeper insight into their own lives and to unlock hidden potential. As Jung wrote, "An archetype is like an old riverbed along which the water of life has flowed for centuries, digging a deep channel for itself. The more powerful and successful the archetype, the deeper its channel, and the more likely that water will flow along it again." But Jung also saw archetypes as spiritual pathways. He believed that by understanding these universal symbols, individuals could connect with deeper spiritual truths. For example, the hero archetype is not just about overcoming physical challenges. It symbolizes the spiritual journey of self-discovery and transcendence. It reflects the inner struggle to face our fears, conquer our weaknesses, and ultimately rise to a higher state of consciousness. Similarly, the wise old man is not merely a figure of worldly wisdom, but represents a deeper connection to divine knowledge and enlightenment. In this sense, archetypes serve as a bridge between the human and the divine. They are not just psychological tools, but spiritual symbols that point to something greater. Jung believed that many religious and spiritual traditions are rooted in archetypal imagery, from the Virgin Mary as the archetypal mother to the Buddha as the wise old man. These figures serve as guides for individuals seeking to understand the mysteries of existence and their place within it. For Jung, the study of archetypes was not only about understanding the mind, but about exploring the spiritual dimensions of life. He saw these universal symbols as crucial to the process of individuation, the journey toward self-realization and wholeness. By connecting with the archetypes within us, we open ourselves to spiritual growth and a deeper understanding of the universe and our role in it. Ultimately, archetypes are pathways to spiritual truth, guiding us through the complexities of human existence and helping us to navigate the spiritual quest for meaning, purpose, and connection. Also, at the core of Carl Jung's psychological theories is the concept of individuation, the lifelong journey of self-discovery and integration of the unconscious mind. Jung described individuation as the process by which a person becomes a fully realized individual, distinct yet integrated with the world around them. This journey involves not only understanding and accepting the various aspects of oneself, but also reconciling the conscious and unconscious parts of the psyche. In Jung's view, many of our internal conflicts arise from the fragmented nature of the self. We often live divided between our public personas, the masks we wear to function in society, and the deeper, often hidden aspects of our unconscious. The process of individuation involves bringing these hidden parts to light, reconciling them, and creating a harmonious balance between who we appear to be and who we truly are. This journey of integration can be challenging, as it requires confronting the shadow, the parts of ourselves we suppress or deny. The shadow is often the seat of our fears, weaknesses, and insecurities, but it is also a source of untapped potential and creativity. By acknowledging and embracing the shadow, individuals can transform their weaknesses into strengths, leading to a more authentic and complete self. Individuation also requires recognizing the influence of archetypes within us. These universal symbols, embedded in the collective unconscious, shape how we view the world and ourselves. Through the individuation process, we integrate these archetypal patterns, whether it's the hero, the mother, or the wise old man, allowing them to guide us toward a deeper understanding of our personal and spiritual lives. As individuals progress on the path of individuation, they move closer to wholeness, a state where the conscious and unconscious mind work together in harmony. This integration leads not only to psychological health, but also to spiritual growth. For Jung, the process of individuation is inherently spiritual, as it involves connecting with the self, the totality of our being, which Jung saw as a reflection of the divine within each of us. Jung believed that by reaching a state of individuation, individuals could achieve a greater sense of purpose and meaning in life. It is a journey toward becoming whole, not only as an individual, but also in our relationship with the universe. In this way, individuation is a path to connecting with the divine, as it allows us to transcend the limitations of the ego and align with a higher spiritual reality. In Jung's words, individuation is the process by which a person becomes the indivisible whole, the complete realization of the uniqueness of his or her being. Through this process, we uncover our deepest selves, integrating all aspects of our nature, our conscious awareness, our hidden shadow, and the archetypal symbols that guide our lives. Ultimately, individuation leads to both psychological and spiritual wholeness, allowing us to live in greater alignment with our true selves and the divine forces that shape our existence. For Carl Jung, religion was far more than a collection of doctrines or rituals. It was a vital aspect of the human experience, deeply intertwined with our psychological and spiritual development. Unlike some of his contemporaries who dismissed religion as mere superstition or a social construct, Jung saw spiritual traditions as pathways to understanding the deeper workings of the psyche. He believed that religion, through its symbols, myths, and rituals, provided a window into the collective unconscious and offered profound insights into the nature of the human soul. Jung argued that spiritual symbols, such as the cross in Christianity, the mandala in Hinduism, or the yin and yang in Taoism, were not arbitrary but archetypal images rooted in the collective unconscious. These symbols represent universal truths that transcend cultural boundaries and touch on the deepest layers of the human mind. In this sense, religious myths and stories, whether they involve gods, creation, or salvation, are not just historical or cultural narratives. They are expressions of timeless psychological truths. For Jung, myths were the language of the soul, offering a way to communicate with the unconscious. Take, for example, the story of Christ's crucifixion and resurrection. For Jung, this was not only a central narrative of Christian theology, but also an archetypal symbol of death and rebirth, a process that mirrors the psychological transformation individuals undergo when they face and overcome their personal suffering. The descent into darkness and the eventual rise into new life is a metaphor for the individuation process, the journey toward wholeness and self-realization. In this way, Jung believed that religious stories carry psychological meaning that can guide individuals through the most challenging aspects of life. While Jung respected traditional religious institutions, he placed greater emphasis on personal spiritual experience rather than adherence to dogma. He believed that each person's relationship with the divine was unique and deeply personal, and that true spiritual growth comes from direct encounters with the numinous, the mysterious, awe-inspiring force that transcends the material world. Jung described these moments of spiritual insight as experiences of the self, where individuals connect with a reality greater than themselves. For Jung, religion and spirituality were not about blind faith, but about engaging with the unconscious, interpreting its symbols, and integrating them into conscious awareness. He encouraged individuals to explore their own spiritual paths and to draw from the rich well of religious myths and symbols to find meaning in their lives. This approach allowed for a more flexible and personal understanding of spirituality, one that could adapt to modern psychological insights while still honoring the ancient wisdom of religious traditions. Jung's view of religion was not confined to a specific faith, but was instead a universal approach to the spiritual dimension of human existence. He believed that all religious traditions, at their core, address the same fundamental human concerns: life, death, suffering, and transcendence. By exploring the spiritual symbols within these traditions, individuals could access deeper layers of their psyche and embark on a journey of personal and spiritual transformation. In essence, Jung saw religion as an essential bridge between the conscious mind and the unconscious, between the individual and the divine. He emphasized that personal spiritual experience was key to understanding oneself and the universe. In his own words, "The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases." For Jung, spirituality was not about conformity, but about discovering one's unique path to the sacred. Carl Jung's contributions to psychology and spirituality have left an indelible mark on both fields, shaping the way we understand the human mind and its connection to the deeper mysteries of existence. As the founder of analytical psychology, Jung introduced concepts that revolutionized psychotherapy, such as the collective unconscious, archetypes, and the individuation process. However, his influence extends far beyond the realm of clinical psychology. His work has also deeply impacted spiritual practices, encouraging individuals to explore the profound connection between the inner self and the divine. Jung's approach to psychotherapy emphasized not just healing the mind, but understanding and integrating the various aspects of the self. His belief that true psychological health comes from balancing the conscious and unconscious mind paved the way for modern therapeutic techniques that focus on personal growth and self-awareness, not just symptom relief. His ideas about the shadow, archetypes, and dreams continue to inspire therapists and patients alike, encouraging them to look beyond surface-level issues and explore the deeper layers of their psyche. Perhaps what sets Jung apart most profoundly is his recognition of the spiritual dimension of human experience. In an age when many thinkers were turning away from religion, Jung argued that spirituality is an essential part of the human psyche. He encouraged the exploration of spiritual symbols and myths, believing they provide crucial insights into both the individual and the collective unconscious. His work serves as a reminder that psychological growth is inseparable from spiritual development, and that understanding ourselves means also understanding our relationship to the divine. Jung's legacy also lies in his encouragement of personal exploration. He believed that every person's journey to self-realization and spiritual awakening was unique. His ideas have resonated not only with psychologists, but also with those in fields such as philosophy, religion, art, and literature. Jung's vision of the psyche as a complex, interconnected system that reflects universal truths continues to inspire those who seek a deeper understanding of the human condition. Moreover, Jung's work serves as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of psychology and spirituality. He believed that to fully understand the mind, we must also embrace the mysteries of the soul, and that healing comes not only from intellectual understanding, but from spiritual insight. Jung's ideas invite us to explore both the depths of our unconscious and the heights of our spiritual potential, offering a vision of human life as an ongoing process of growth, transformation, and connection with something greater than ourselves. In many ways, Carl Jung's legacy is a call to look inward, to engage with the unseen aspects of ourselves, and to explore the spiritual forces that shape our lives. His influence can be felt in the way we approach mental health, spirituality, and our search for meaning in an increasingly complex world. Jung's work continues to remind us that the journey of self-discovery is not just a psychological endeavor, but a deeply spiritual one, and that by exploring the inner self, we can uncover the divine connections that unite us all.